r/ShowerThoughts, Santa Claus is a rare example of a boss who does more work than any of his employees. The elves work all year long to create all the gifts while Santa is working just one night delivering them. Are you kidding us? They make a gajillion toys, while he delivers them. Though I suppose there are many of them to share the task and get to take their time over a year. I suppose he may do a higher concentrated load of work than any of them once a year. He works one night a year and takes the credit for everyone else's work. You've got it all wrong. The elves work in manufacturing, while Santa works in distribution. Mrs. Claus is the real boss, and that bitch isn't fucking around. Or maybe she is fucking around. That's why Santa only comes once a year. Santa works one 24-hour shift a year. The elves work the other 364. I worked in software for 40 years for maybe 10 different bosses. My bosses always worked more than I did. This was especially true when I did support software for scientific research. Research scientists work a crazy amount. Oh come on. Do you really believe that? But he climbs down chimneys with toys. BS. Does Santa look like he climbs in and out of a sleigh, let alone squeezes into houses? Oh, how can he visit 8 billion people in one night? Exactly, utter bovine excrement. The whole reindeer thing is a front. The elves do everything including the delivery. He has like 40 million undocumented elves off the books who visit like 200 people each. Pretty hectic night for them as well. Think they get paid an award wage with midnight snack breaks? Elves work 364 days a year. Santa works one. Santa takes all the recognition. Santa spends all year judging unemployed people, children. Santa spends more time talking about his pets than employees. Santa is a classic boss, even down to fooling up. No the fuck he don't, he delivers the presents in one night. Nah, his elves work year-round making the toys for all the children. While an incredibly daunting feat, he just delivers them. One night of work regardless of how busy he is doesn't trump a year's worth of work put in by his army of elves. Works one day, and it's equal to all employees work for a year. Santa LLC is where you are the checks note CEO of Christmas operations. Let's talk about your carbon emissions for one day's work. Santa is the apex of delivery drivers. Worldwide shipping in one night, no delays, no need for a signature. That or he also had a bunch of lookalikes that pretended to be him since there's quite a lot of houses to deliver to in one night. Santa works one night a year. Yeah, he's a fictional character. LOL, sure buddy. So are his employees. Is that what they convinced you? I don't know. Seemed to manipulate my parents into doing his job every year. Excuse me? Who makes all those toys? Santa doesn't. Well, this is just wrong. Elves work all year. Unless of course by traveling so fast he experiences extreme time dilation, making what's one night to us, at least a year, maybe even more, to him. The man shows up for his one-day public appearance and is beloved by all while his employees slave over the gifts and can barely feed their elven children. Corporate Santa. In keeping with the idea, I like to imagine Santa is trying to pitter about and help at the toy workstations and the elves have to tell him to sit down and keep putting on the fat reserve so he'll have the energy for the big night. Do you know how hard it is to make an iPad? Take that, you lazy elves. Also, how does he get into houses if the house doesn't have a chimney? Like an apartment or mobile home. Comments section. Workers, the elves work all year. Bosses, Santa has to check his list too. He works 24 hours a year. Those slave elves are working 8-14 HR shifts every day. No weekends, no holidays, no union representation. Bad example. You're right. Santa is just same-day shipping for Polar Amazon. Who said he is the boss? He's just the face of the organization. Lewis Hamilton ain't the boss of Mercedes. He just does one particular job and it's his face in front of cameras. Santa may have a stressful night, but those elves work tirelessly all year. Cue the Seinfeld theme. I mean, he's also imaginary, so. He drives the magic sleigh for one night. He's not in the workshop the elves all year. Santa is a slave driver if anything. Counterpoint, Arthur Christmas. The elves make the toys. Classic example of the one good employee who gets overlooked. He can do all his work in one shift while everyone else stretches their work out over a whole year. If anything, Santa needs a raise. I was thinking about this recently. I thought about what type of boss I'd be. And I totally do nothing and make the employees do everything. It'd be the reason I employ them to begin with. Shout out to Santa though. In a lot of cases this is the exact role a boss should be taking. Before all of the job-specific technical stuff, a boss is there to hire people to do a job. In large companies they hire people to do a job. He works 1 day a year. The elves work 364.25. Yes. Except the exact opposite. Working 1 day a year and taking the credit for everyone else's year of hard work. Pretty sure his little helpers build all the toys and he gets all the credit. Sounds about PAR for the course to me. I'm pretty sure his elves are in violation of copyright infringement too. True, but he also gets a cushy 364 days off each year. Those elves are working away all year. His elves work year round. Then he gets animals to drag his fat ass around, while he gets cookies at every stop.